Hello, friends. It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, here with my bestie Gracie, the super smart tortoise. Say hi, Gracie.
Greetings, my good friends. Gracie here. I'm so glad you joined us today because we're still here in Turkey. Today we're going to explore the city of Istanbul. Istanbul has also been called Byzantium and Constantinople.
Gracie. Istanbul has another name, too. Did you know that Istanbul is also nicknamed Catstanbul? And it's for a very good reason. Cats are everywhere, and they're loved and cared for by the Turkish people, just as it should be. This is going to be my favorite city in the whole wide world.
I can imagine that it will, Jasmine, but I also believe that dogs are loved and cared for by the Turkish people.
Yeah, they are. But we just need to know about the cats.
I see. You can look for some kitties as we make our way to the Basilica Cistern.
What's a cistern? And what's it for?
A cistern is an underground room that was originally used for holding water. The Basilica Cistern was built in the 6th century and once held water for the emperor's palace. It's also called the Sunken Palace.
But since it's underground, I heard it's a spooky dungeon. So maybe not.
Jasmine, why don't you give it a chance? It isn't good to decide something before you see it.
Oh, Gracie, you're right. Wow, I can see why it's called the Sunken Palace, and it's not spooky at all. It's a very beautiful room for holding water. It is kind of dark down here, but the lights make it glow.
Yes, it is a lovely area. The classical music that is playing makes it even more special. There are 330 carved columns holding up the ceiling. The columns are reflected in the water, so it looks like there's another room under the water.
Look down. The room is for those carp fish that are swimming around. Now look up. I see two heads of women on the columns. Why do they have snake hair?
The heads are Medusa, who was a gorgon monster from Greek mythology. If you looked into her eyes, you would turn to stone.
Okay, she does not sound nice at all. Before we leave, let's throw a coin into the pool of desires to get a wish. 1, 2, 3, plop! I made my wish, and I'm not telling. Back to the outside. Over there, by those stores, I see some cat houses for cats to live in. So thoughtful. Every place should do this.
It is nice to see the animals so loved. Now, ready for a ferry ride on the Bosphorus Strait?
A what? A straight? You mean a straight line?
Not exactly. A strait, Jasmine, is a body of water that connects two larger bodies of water.
I see, like a straight line of water. And I like boat rides.
The Bosphorus is special because it divides the city of Istanbul in half, but it also divides Europe and Asia.
Wow, we get to visit two continents all at the same time. If I stand this way, I see Europe. If I go to the other side of the boat, I see Asia. Amazing. While we sail, would you like some Turkish delight? It is a delish candy.
Why, thank you, Jasmine. These square jelly candies are flavored with rose water, orange flower water, or lemon juice and topped with powdered sugar. If you remember the story from the book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Edward is given Turkish delight by the wicked queen.
And that was trouble for him. You should never take candy from people you don't know.
That's right. Our next stop is the Topkapi Palace and Harem. It was home to the sultans of the Ottoman Empire when they were in charge of Turkey. The museum is full of beautifully decorated books, clothing, weapons, and art.
All that stuff is interesting, but I want to see the jewels, especially the spoonmaker's diamond. Jinkies, it is so sparkly. It's the fourth largest diamond in the world.
Do you see the Topkapi dagger? The hilt or the handle of the dagger has 3 large green emeralds on it.
That sure is a super fancy knife. Let's go into the harem. That's the part of the palace where the family lived. Oh my goodness, there are 300 rooms here. Since almost 500 people lived here, I guess they needed that many. The Sultan must have had a huge family.
I believe he did. Of course, not only did the family live here, but all of the people who took care of the Sultan and his family lived here too.
This sure is a fancy place. Look at this room. It's called the fruit room because the walls are painted with pictures of fruit and flowers. Seeing that fruit makes me hungry. What else is good to eat here?
Why not have some baklava? These pastries are filled with nuts, pistachios or walnuts, and sweetened with honey.
Yummy! I'm going to have mine with ice cream. Wow, look at those 2 beautiful buildings over there.
They certainly are magnificent. One is the Hagia Sophia. It's one of the world's greatest buildings and was built in the 500s. That's over 1,500 years ago. At one time, it was a Greek Orthodox church, but now it's an Islamic mosque and museum.
Is that other building blue? Cool.
Yes, that's the Blue Mosque. The name comes from all the blue tiles that are used to decorate it.
I counted 6 minarets or towers on the Blue Mosque. A person called a crier stands in the tower and calls the Muslim people to prayer time. They pray 5 times a day. Now it's my turn to pick. I want to go to the miniature park. It has 120 miniature famous buildings from all around Turkey. I see all the places that we were today and even the Temple of Artemis from last time. These little buildings make me feel like a giant.
I enjoyed the park also. Are you ready to go?
Not yet. We can't leave without shopping at the Grand Bazaar. It's the oldest covered bazaar in the world. There are 4,000 shops on 61 streets. Not only are there shops, but there are post offices, cafes, banks, and a police station. It's just like a little shopping city. Hold on tight to me, Gracie. Over 400,000 people shop here every day. We don't want to get lost. It's so colorful. The ceilings are covered with pretty tiles. What should I buy? Colorful rugs, dishes, lanterns, or jewelry? Oh, Gracie, I must get this. It's a magic lantern, just like in Aladdin. Maybe it will have a genie in it. What should I wish for?
I think it is a perfect souvenir, even if there is no genie in it.
Now I'm ready to go. How about some fish jokes for the carp we saw? Who grants fishes wishes? It's a rhyming joke.
I know, a mermaid.
Good guess, but it's a fairy godmother. Your turn.
What kind of fish only comes out at night?
That's easy. A starfish. Now my favorite place was the Basilica Cistern. It was beautiful and not scary at all. How about you?
I enjoyed riding on the Basilica Strait and seeing Asia and Europe all at once. How about you, friends? Don't forget to tell someone you love.
That's right. And come back next time for Egypt. Ooh, pyramids. Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, my dear friends. See you next time.